Welcome to EA Sports live coverage of the Barclays Premier League. Today it's Chelsea against Liverpool. So without further ado, let's go to West London and Stamford Bridge. Here are your commentators, Clive Tilsley and Andy Townsend.
This is Clive Tilsley, and on behalf of Andy Townsend and myself, welcome to Stamford Bridge. It's the meeting of two of the superpowers of English football here, Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yes, and having been a Chelsea player, Clive, I know what it means to the club when they play against teams like Liverpool with a great tradition, a great past. They're always wanting to prove themselves and just let the world know that Chelsea are very much at the top of the division and want to stay there.
Liverpool were England's most successful club of the 20th century. That's for sure. They've won more European Cups than any other English side. The last of those most recently in 2005 in dramatic circumstances. Chelsea Football Club, I've often talked about relocating elsewhere in West London, but Stamford Bridge is where most of the club's memories have been made. It does have an atmosphere all of its own.
It certainly does, Clive. It's always a privilege to come to Stamford Bridge and watch a cracking match. Let's hope we get that here today.
Hello and welcome to our coverage of Serie A. Today it's Juventus against Roma. So without further ado, we're off to the Juventus Stadium. Your commentary team, Clive Tilsley and Andy Townsend.
We're delighted you can be with us again. Clive Tilsley and Andy Townsend in the commentary box today.
Well, this could be a cracker, Clive. This looks like it's got everything.
This really could go either way, Andy.
Yeah, Clive, very difficult to predict what's going to happen here because these two teams are very evenly matched.
Juventus were a force throughout your playing days, Andy. Who were the great players that maybe you came across in international football?
I think when you look at Zidane, everybody's dream midfield player, incredible footballer, and Del Piero, I mean, those two players would have graced any team anywhere in the world at that particular time.
Hello and welcome to La Liga. So this is it. It's El Clasico, one of the great fixtures in world football as Real Madrid play Barcelona. So without further ado, we're off to the Bernabeu. Your commentary team is Clive Tilsley and Andy Townsend.
Warm welcome from me, Clive Tilsley. This is a vital league match, and Andy Townsend is here with me. A few bigger club games than El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona.
And I think in terms of footballing superpowers, Clive, there are a few bigger than these two teams. It's always a massive event, as we saw last season. They played each other 5 times, and every game was much talked about, much anticipated. This one will be no different.
Real Madrid are the most successful club in Spanish and European football. Winners of the European Cup, what is now the Champions League, on a record number of occasions. Real Madrid moved into the Bernabeu just after the Second World War. No club in world football has got a more decorated history since those times. This place, it's seen some history.
It certainly has. It has a special feel, a unique feel, and just a magical quality that you don't always get in football stadium.
Hello and welcome to the German Bundesliga. A huge contest today. There is so much feeling between these two sides. It's Borussia Dortmund versus Bayern Munich. So without further ado, we're off to the Signal Iduna Park. Here's your commentary team, Clive Tilsley and Andy Townsend.
A warm welcome from me, Clive Tilsley. This is a vital league match, and Andy Townsend is here with me. Nobody's quite sure which way this one's going to go.
Well, form-wise, pretty even. Ability-wise, pretty even. Managers both know what they're doing. This is going to be tough to separate.
Bayern Munich were one of the great forces in European football during your playing days. They had some wonderful players back then, didn't they?
Oh, they've had some amazing players, Clive. Chris Lothar Matthäus, who was a fabulous central midfield player. I played against him in a German shirt many times. But yeah, Bayern Munich have produced some real world-class players.
Hello and welcome to this broadcast of this international friendly. Today it's Portugal against England. So without further ado, we're off to Wembley Stadium. Your commentators Clive Tilsley and Andy Townsend.
Every international match is important, even these so-called friendlies. Playing for your country it's an honour, and it's an honour for each and every one of these players.
Yes, of course it is. They'll love it. Their families, everyone will be in the crowd today looking forward to this. They have to go out there now. They'll prove to the manager that they can hack it, that they can handle it at this sort of level.
This has the look of a close match to me, Andy.
I am well and truly on the fence today, Mr. Tilsley. I can't separate these two.
Since 2007, a new feature has decorated the London skyline. The 400-foot-high Wembley Arch points the way to England's rebuilt National Football Stadium.
Well, you know, the old Wembley had a history all of its own, but I do feel this new stadium now is starting to acquire that as well. It's a fabulous footballing facility.